Again, that is going to be on that storm there, again, for Arnett. And again, that's going to be for parts of Ellis County. We're talking about southern Ellis County there. Again, that brand new, again, tornado warning. So we're tracking several different storms up across this part of the state. Now, I want to do this. I want to check, switch over to our team of trackers here, and we're going to take his live shot. But this is Travis Sheets' live shot. Let me go and get this pulled up here real quick. And as we do that, again, Travis is on this storm. So again, he's up there in Ellis County. He's coming back to the south on it. And this isn't the only storm we're concerned about. This is just the one, again, with the tornado warning right now. But again, Travis is coming back to the south on this storm. And again, an area of development where we may have a tornado, again, here fairly quickly. So again, we're talking about northwestern Oklahoma. This is southern Ellis County. So let's go and switch back over to radar. We'll check back in with Travis here in just a second. But again, if you're just now joining us here on Oklahoma Weather Tracker TV right around 8:30, again, this is a brand new tornado warning. And again, this is going to be for Ellis County. And again, this is going to be until 9 p.m. this evening. As we zoom out the radar here just a little bit, really two storms that we're concerned on. First of all, one with an immediate tornado warning in effect right now, again, for southern Ellis County. You folks in Arnett are in the direct path of this storm. So for Arnett, our friends there, southern Ellis County, Arnett, you folks are in the immediate path of that storm. And then another storm up here across parts of Harper County. We're also concerned with that storm as well. Now let's go back to Travis's live feed. Again, he's getting closer to the storm. He's up there in Ellis County, and he's actually shooting back to the north on this storm. And again, Travis, it looks like it's really starting to come in range now. It looks like we're starting to see some of the striations and stuff associated, the areas of spin associated with this storm. And Travis, as you're now dropping to the north on it, go ahead and give us an update and tell us what you're seeing as you're coming in range and getting just a little bit closer to it now. Travis, are you still on the live line with us? Okay, so we may have temporarily lost Travis there. We're going to check back in with him. Of course, you have to realize this is fairly rural up there where he is. But regardless, the tornado warning does continue. And again, we're going to get right back to him here momentarily. But again, the tornado warning does continue again for southern Ellis County. The specific area that we're most concerned about, it is Arnett. Let's go and zoom in the radar. Let's go and take a closer look at this here. And again, we're going to get back to Travis's shot. We're also going to check in with Mike Russ. He's on another storm up in northern Oklahoma we're concerned about as well. But again, right now, the immediate concern, it is going to be this storm right here that, again, is coming into the Arnett area. So we can't stress this enough that, again, the motion with this storm or the direct path of this storm, again, is going to be taking it directly on into the Arnett area. So I'm looking at Travis's stream. We're going to get right back to him here momentarily. And Travis, if you're back on the live line, just let me know as soon as you get back on there. But again, here's the area of motion. Here's the area of spin right there. Here's the hook. And again, you can see that's going to be coming right on up here to the 283-60 junction right there in southern Ellis County, town of Arnett, county seat right there. Arnett in southern Ellis County. Again, you folks are in the direct path of, again, this tornado warning. So we don't have a confirmed tornado on the ground, but again, all indications are if this isn't producing a tornado, it could produce a tornado fairly quickly. So again, the bottom line is immediate tornado precautions there in the Arnett area. Now I want to check another storm just a little bit further to the north. There's another storm where we do have some rotation, and this is a storm that's up here near the May area. This is in southern Harper County. Our other tracker, Mike Russ, is up there. But again, near the May area, not a tornado warning on it yet, but again, an area of rotation very close to May. Right there along the Highway 183 corridor. Let's go and take a look at Mike's live stream. And I believe Mike is also on the live line here with us as well. And Mike, as we go and get your live stream pulled up here, let's go and take a look at your shot. And again, this is a different storm. This is a storm up there near May, but you've also got a wall cloud. You've also got a lot of inflow and some rotation up there as well. So we're tracking both of these storms. Again, the one for Ellis County, just to differentiate the two. Again, the one near Arnett. That's where we currently have the tornado warning. This is one that is just potentially developing a tornado. And again, this is in southern Harper County near the town of May. But Mike, you're on the live line. Update us on the storm near May in southern Harper County.
Hey, Oklahoma. I'm looking back into the storm, and earlier I was having a lot of rotation, a lot of inflow. It never produced anything, but this storm is rotating on the back side. It looks like it's kind of falling apart, but that doesn't mean it won't back up, William.
Okay, we appreciate that update. So I just want to again differentiate between the two. So this is a storm we're talking about right now in southern Harper County, very close to May. So this does have some broad mid-level rotation. Mike Russ, one of our storm trackers, he's on it. That was his live video. We're looking at that one. Currently no tornado warning on that one. It's south of Laverne, close to the small town of May, and again just south of Buffalo as well. We're tracking that storm carefully, rotation with it. No tornado warning right now, no imminent tornado risk with that storm right now, but we've really got to stay alert to that storm. Then we continue with the tornado warning down here near the Arnett area. That's southern Ellis County. Current tornado warning in effect there until 9 p.m. And that's where our tracker Travis Sheets is. He's back on the live line. Travis, we're going to get your shot pulled back up here as well. But Travis, tell us where you are there in Ellis County and give us an update with what you're seeing.
We're on Highway 46, headed for Arnett, driving back to the door. Hopefully, that's Sharon. As far as right now, all I can see is a little bit of rain, and we kind of end up the supercell, but we're not close enough to see everything just yet.
Okay, so I know you're closing in on it there from the north. So here's your live shot. So again, he's closing in on it there from the north. And we're going to continue with Travis's shot kind of intermittently. We'll check radar as well. But again, the thing you need to know, if you live in the Arnett area there in southern Ellis County, tornado warning in effect, and you've got to be taking your tornado precautions right now. We don't have a confirmed tornado on the ground, but again, really, there's going to be a window, folks, and just to be completely honest with you, there's going to be a window over about the next hour and a half to 2 hours where the conditions are going to become a little more favorable up there in northwestern Oklahoma. I've been saying it all day long, and we're seeing it now. And again, this storm right now that's tornado warned, and potentially that other storm up there in Harper County that Mike Russ is on, that one could also go tornado warned as well. So we're tracking both of these. But again, right now, this is the one with the tornado warning on it there in southern Ellis County. That's the one Travis is on. Let's go back to radar. Let me go and show you what we're seeing here on radar. Just to kind of orient you here. Again, here's the town of Arnett, county seat of Ellis County. And again, that's where the tornado warning currently is. So again, here's the hook on the backside, area of rotation back in here. And again, this is tracking to the northeast, and it will centerline track. The way it looks right now, this will centerline track directly through the town of Arnett. So if you live in Arnett, if you have friends, family, relatives who live in Arnett, you've absolutely got to call them, text them, make sure they're in their safe place right now. We don't have a confirmation of an actual tornado on the ground, but conditions are volatile right now and radar indications are here. This could be producing a tornado very quickly. Again, we're going to check Travis's live stream in a minute. He's closing in. We'll see exactly what this storm is doing. But again, for right now, all we know is that there's a tornado warning in effect. And again, it does continue there until 9 p.m. This evening. So let's zoom out the radar here just a little bit and kind of take an overview, kind of a geographical view of what's going on. Again, just to kind of orient you, this is all right now northwestern Oklahoma. Tornado watch is in effect up there until 10 p.m. this evening. I have a feeling this tornado watch tonight is going to be extended later than 10 p.m. We have a broken line of storms, soup cells developing now. One tornado warning. Again, this is for southern Ellis County. This is the other storm up here across parts of northern Harper County that, again, Mike Russ or other trackers on, and we are seeing some rotation with this. Again, he's had an intermittent wall cloud. We're going to check back in on that storm with him momentarily. Other hail producers now across parts of, across parts of Roger Mills County there in central western Oklahoma. Now, this is, again, where the tornado warning is right there in southern Ellis County. Now, I want to zoom back in to this other storm. And actually, you know what? Let's do this real quick. We're going to check back in with Travis. Again, he's on the tornado warned storm. Looking at his live shot there. He's getting a little bit closer now on it. So let's go and switch back over to Travis's live shot. Again, this is on the tornado warned storm there in southern Ellis County. Travis, you're still on the live line. Again, it really looks like you're driving through some heavy precipitation right now, but it looks like you're getting a little bit closer to that area of rotation, the area of concern. So go ahead and give us an update from your vantage point.
All right, William, we're just going through gauge right now. Looks like the fire department's getting ready to assemble. We're still headed south out of gauge at the time. We're going to try to get on the metro this morning and then follow it up there in the Woodward.
Okay, appreciate that update, Travis. So Travis is closing in. He's almost there. But again, right now, definitely a volatile situation now developing there for our friends around the Arnett area. So we've got to stress this again and again, that again, the hook, the area of rotation, Again, we don't have a confirmed tornado on the ground. Travis, he's almost there on it. He's coming down 283 right now. Again, as soon as this lifts past 283, he'll be right there on the backside. We'll have a good vantage point of it. But again, right now, as Travis is dropping from the north to the south on this storm, there's the hook, area of rotation, our net. You folks are in the immediate path. You folks are in the danger zone of this storm. We really can't put it any other way. Again, if you have friends, family, relatives, and here at Oklahoma Weather Tracker TV, we cover a lot of northwestern Oklahoma weather. We have a lot of followers up there. We have a lot of people that have our app. You're watching us on Roku TV, Apple TV, whatever it is. I know there's a lot of you up there. So please, again, if you do live there in southern Ellis County, if you have friends, family, relatives that live in southern Ellis County, especially near our net, text them and make sure they are in their safe place. They need to be there now because time is running out. There's a hook now right there in southern Ellis County, again, basically coming right on up into the town of Arnett. Right there at that 283 junction, it's going to basically move directly through the 283 junction right there at Arnett. So real critical that, again, we are taking our safety precautions, and again, we're in our safe spot right now. Again, Travis is still dropping to the south. Let's go back to his live stream here. So he's still dropping south there on 283. He's going to get right behind that area of rotation. Once he gets behind it, we'll be free of all the rain, all the precipitation, and we'll be able to look directly on up into that storm. We'll be able to see if there is a tornado on the ground. Right now, we don't have a confirmed tornado, but indications are on radar. If there's not a tornado on the ground, one could form quickly. It could spin up quickly. So again, this is real serious now for southern Ellis County. I want to break from this storm for just 1 second. I want to break from this one for just 1 second and go back further to the north here. And as we go a little bit further to the north, we still have this severe storm up here across parts of Harper County. This is where our other tracker, Mike Russ, is. Now, for our friends up there in southern Harper County, this storm has also had some rotation from time to time. It's also had an intermittent wall cloud with it as well. So I want to go back to Mike's live stream here. Mike, you're still on the live line with us. You're looking at that storm. This is the Harper County storm. This is only a severe thunderstorm warning on this storm, but again, it has had some rotation. It has had an intermittent wall cloud. Mike, go ahead and give us an update on that storm there in Harper County.
Yes, William, I'm shooting north so that I can get closer to the town of May. It does look like I've still got some rotation on it. However, it does not look as organized as it did earlier. But I'm a little bit too far away to actually see how organized it really is. That's why I'm fixing locations, trying to get on this storm, William.
Absolutely, Mike. I really appreciate that update there. And again, this is the storm we're talking about. This is the Harper County storm. And again, this is very close to the town of May. This is a cell right here. Again, some rotation has been associated with this storm. Again, there was a fairly well-defined wall cloud probably about 20 minutes ago now. But again, Mike Russ is still tracking that storm. As we go further to the south, this is where we have the current tornado warning in effect. And again, this is going to be for southern Ellis County. Southern Ellis County, and again, specifically near the town of Arnett. And this is where the tornado warning is specifically in effect, again, until 9 p.m. this evening. And again, basically, you're seeing that hook, the hook echo you hear about so often in Oklahoma. That hook is basically now coming right on in to the town of Arnett. That's where our team of trackers, again, Travis Sheets, he's on that storm right there. Let's go ahead and switch over to his live shot here. Travis is coming in on 283 from the north, so he's coming in on the back side of the storm. Here in a few minutes, he'll be free of the precipitation. We'll be able to see exactly what's going on with that storm. But Travis, you're still dropping to the south on that storm there on 283. Just give us a quick update. I know you're still in heavy precipitation, but again, tell us what you're seeing from where you are right now there in southern Ellis County.
Sorry, William. We just dropped down the game. I don't know if you can see my live stream, but this would be a wall cloud right there.
Yeah, we're starting to see some of the dynamics now with the storm coming into view. So I know your windshield wipers are going there. It's, again, a lot of heavy precipitation. Yeah, this is the back end. Okay, so he's coming up now in the back end. You can see the cloud. You can see the lowering right there. And that's going to be the base of the storm. We're trying to make it out, again, with the windshield wipers, heavy precipitation falling here. But yeah, there it is. Okay, so there's the base right there. There's the base right there. So Travis is starting to get in within range now. So again, he's coming to the south. He's then going to start turning back around to the east. And again, we're going to have a view from the back side looking up into the storm. A much better view coming up here in just a few minutes. Again, he's about to be making the turn here fairly quickly. But again, as he's looking off there in the distance, there was the base. That's the area of rotation. And Travis, I know you're still a bit a ways from the storm, so I know it's kind of hard to make that judgment call. We're seeing the base of the storm, lots of heavy precipitation. Are you able to see anything, any kind of lowering mixed in with that base, or is it too hard to see there from your vantage point? Travis, are you still on the live line there with us?
I'm on.
Yeah, Travis, go ahead. I know it's heavy precipitation there that you're driving through. When you're looking at the base there, off basically there off to your east, are you able to see any defined lowering in that base?
I'm not close enough to really see the base. So.
Okay. Okay, so now we're starting to make the turn again here. Here comes the base of the storm again as he's making that turn there on 283. So there's the base. It's coming back to within view there. And again, tornado warning does continue there until 9 p.m. this evening. Let's go back over to a live mesoscan radar here. And again, for our friends there in Arnett, again, unfortunately, if there is anything on the ground, if there's anything happening, unfortunately, it's moving very close to, if not through, the small town of Arnett there in southern Ellis County. Let's go and widen this out here just a little bit. And just to give everybody an overview of, again, exactly where we're talking about, this is all happening in western Oklahoma. And let's go and zoom this out just a little bit more. Again, we're going to get right back to our team of trackers. And again, Travis Sheets, he's on this storm. We also have Mike Russ on this storm up here across parts of Harper County. This storm has had some intermittent rotation. Mike Russ is on that one. We'll get right back to his live shot momentarily. And then again, we have Travis Sheets on this storm. This is the tornado warned storm now. Tornado warning for southern Ellis County. Again, it's in effect here until 9 p.m., so about another 16 minutes that it's in effect. And again, it's basically tracking right now directly through the town of Arnett there in southern Ellis County. So let's go and zoom back in. We're going to get back to Travis's live shot here momentarily. And in fact, let's zoom in. It looks like Travis is starting to really get within range now on that storm. And again, as we zoom back in, basically right there at the 283 junction, right there at Arnett. Again, this is where, and this is looking fairly ominous on radar. I will tell you that right now, Travis. This is starting to look a little more ominous on radar. The problem tonight is the normal radar that we'd be using up here in Enid, it's down. It's out of service. The NextRad is out of service. So we're actually looking at this storm from the Dodge City NextRad site tonight. But again, right in here is where the area of concern is. Here's Arnett. Here's the town of Arnett. And again, this is basically lifting directly through Arnett. So this is not good right now. Again, Travis is coming within range now. Let's go back to his live shot. And again, we don't have a confirmation that there's anything on the ground. And right now, I'm really crossing my fingers we don't. Because again, the way it looks here on radar, it's almost taking a center line track directly through Arnett. So we're crossing our fingers. There's nothing on the ground. There's just spin motion in the atmosphere right now. But again, conditions are favorable. Again, for tornadic activity, for this to actually work its way on down to the ground. Again, there's Travis's shot. You can see the base of the storm, the low base there in the distance as he's coming within range. And again, as he gets a little bit closer, he's basically what he's doing, he's coming down 283. And here in a minute, he's going to turn back to the east. We're going to get on the back side of the storm. We'll be able to see into the area of rotation. And again, we'll be free of a lot of this precipitation that's kind of hindering our view right now. But Travis, let's bring you back on the live line. You're on the live line with us. Go ahead and give us an update as you're getting close to the storm now from the north. Tell us what you're seeing.
Sir, you trying to talk to them?
Travis, go ahead. Travis, I'm talking to you. Go ahead. I know there's a lot of noise there, a lot of precipitation you're driving through.
We have a big lowering up here. Just above Arnett. And we're trying to get a little bit closer to continue to our coastline.
Hey, Travis, tell me exactly where you are. So you're coming down 283. Tell me exactly where you are right now.
We're going to be just north of Arnett, I believe. Let me just double check.
Have you made it to the 60? Have you made it to the 283-60 junction?
Do what?
Have you made it to the 283-60 junction?
We're on 46, just north of Arnett.
Okay, so you're on 46 there, just north of Arnett. Okay, so yeah, you're definitely coming in range there. So that's it. That's what we're looking at. So you're not on 283, you're on 46. Yeah, this is it, folks. So again, what we're looking at here, so this is the base, this is the wall cloud right there. And from our vantage point, it doesn't look necessarily like there's anything on the ground. We can't take that as ground fact yet. We can't take that as a firm confirmation. Again, we're still just a little ways away from this. But again, we are approaching this now. And again, so there's the base. But from right here, from this vantage point right now, this could be good. Again, we're not seeing necessarily anything on the ground. Travis, can you confirm that again from your vantage point? You're, I know, still looking through the rain, but you're coming right up on this. What are you seeing there from your vantage point? Travis, are you still on the live line there with us?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's all right, man. I know you're trying to drive, you're trying to do all that, and you're trying to listen to me, and I know you're in heavy precipitation there as well. So yeah, you're coming right up on it there. We're not seeing anything actually touching the ground. It looks like, are we seeing maybe a little bit of a funnel developing right there? Again, I'm trying to make it out from my vantage point here. You're seeing it live, but again, really directly in front of you, maybe slightly there to the east. Are we seeing maybe a little bit of a funnel right there?
There's a little bit of a lowering. Like I said, we're still trying to get into our net at the time.
Yeah, I hear the hail now. It sounds like it's starting to the hail now is starting to hit your truck there. So we're going to kind of hang with your shot. I want to go back to radar here real quick as well. So we want to kind of bounce back and forth really between both of these here. But again, right here on Oklahoma Weather Tracker TV, live here at 8:49 on this Thursday evening. Again, tornado warning does continue for Ellis County. We don't have confirmation of an actual tornado on the ground, but again, conditions are favorable, again, for tornadic activity. And again, the way it looks right now, again, from Travis's shot, again, it looks like there may not necessarily be anything on the ground, but regardless, if there is something on the ground or not, we've still got to be taking those tornado precautions. Let's go back over here to live mesoscan radar. Let's switch back over here. And as we do that, let's go and give an overview real quick here. And again, we're looking at southern Ellis County. This is in western Oklahoma. Again, tornado warning does continue there for at least another 10 minutes. Again, there's a fairly strong indication of rotation on radar. And again, the town of Arnett, basically the circulation has gone directly through, if not directly over, the town of Arnett. So again, not a good situation there. We don't necessarily have confirmation of anything being on the ground. Again, looking at Travis Sheet's shot here, again, you can see the lowering directly there in front of him. And again, right now, at least from his vantage point, we don't have anything in contact with the ground. That doesn't mean there's not a spin up somewhere. That doesn't mean there's not something else happening. But again, that's just what's going on right now at this point in time. Let's do this. Let's see if Travis is still on the live line with us there. I know it's fairly rural where he is, and I know it's fairly hard to keep the connection. But we're going to check back in with Travis here momentarily. I also want to do this as well. And let's see what's going on with this shot here just real quick. We're going to check in on another storm up to the north momentarily as well. So we're going to be talking again with Travis here momentarily. He just kind of did a U-turn there, so I wanted to see what he was seeing. But let's do this. We're going to break away from Travis's shot for just 1 second, and I want to take a look at the storm a little bit further to the north. Because this other storm has had some intermittent rotation with it as well. And this is up here across parts of northern Harper County. And real quick, I want to check back in with Mike Russ, our other tracker. He's on that storm up there in northern Harper County. No tornado warning on that storm, but again, it has had some intermittent rotation with it. So let's take a look at his live shot here. And Mike, I believe you're still on the live line with us here. Here's your southern Harper County storm right there. You're on the live line. Go ahead and give us an update on your storm as well, please.
Yes, William. I just turned on, I believe it's 46, north out of May. I do have a lot of rotation in the storm. I see no lowerings at this time, but there is a lot of rotation. This storm is definitely going to get its act together, William.
Yeah, we're seeing it here too. So there's still intermittent mid-level rotation with this storm. Again, this is the storm up there in Harper County that we're talking about. So it's this storm right here, again in Harper County. That's in northern Oklahoma. Right now, currently no tornado warning in effect on that storm. But again, we're tracking that carefully. It's been cycling up and down. Mike Russ is on it. And again, right now, I'm just looking at the latest velocities here. And again, the latest information here is showing that, again, there's still definite rotation on that storm, Mike. There's no doubt about it. This other storm down here, this is where the tornado warning is. And this is the storm down here near Arnett. That's in southern Ellis County. And again, the tornado warning does continue there, again, until 9 p.m. this evening. So again, for at least another 9 minutes. Again, we're tracking that right there carefully. Let's go back over to Travis Sheet's shot. One of our trackers, he's on that storm. And he's going to be calling back into the live line here momentarily. We don't have him. It's fairly rural. We had lost him there momentarily. But again, Travis is on that storm right there. And again, he continues to, again, approach it there from the north. And again, the area of rotation basically moved directly over, again, the town of Arnett. So we never had a confirmation if there actually was a tornado on the ground or not. But again, if there was any kind of tornadic activity from the looks of radar, again, it moved directly through, again, the town of Arnett. So again, Travis is going to be calling back in here momentarily. We'll be talking to him live. Again, this is his live stream there. Again, he's still approaching the storm now from the backside. Basically driving through a little bit of hail right now, very heavy precipitation. Again, we've seen the defined lowering. We saw the wall cloud really here within just about the last 5 minutes from a shot. But again, right now he's basically in the rain. The hail core, he's driving through that. And again, once he gets through to the clear slot, again, we'll be able to see, again, the area of concern. Again, coming back up here in just a couple minutes. But again, this is the storm that we're talking about, again, here in southern Ellis County, again, with the tornado warning on it. Again, Mike Russ also on the storm to the north. For you folks up there in Harper County, again, up there, a severe thunderstorm warning continues. But again, that storm has also had a little bit of rotation from time to time with it. Let's do this. Let's go and zoom out. Let's take an overview, and then we're going to check on that northern storm again with Mike. So as we take a look at the overview, again, this is all northwestern Oklahoma. And as we take a look at this, again, tornado warning continues for southern Ellis County. And then also, again, basically a broken line of severe weather going all the way to the Oklahoma-Kansas border. So this is what we're talking about. Here's the tornado warning right here for southern Ellis County. We're going to get right back to Travis's live shot on this momentarily. Again, other severe weather up here close to the Buffalo area. This is a storm that Mike Russ is on. We're going to check back in with him live coming up here in a minute. And then we'll take the radar a little bit further to the south. Other severe weather there across parts of western Oklahoma, mainly Roger Mills County there. Again, hail producers coming into Roger Mills County. Big time hail. This could be over $half size hail now moving in on the western sides of Roger Mills County. So you folks definitely stay aware again to the hail potential there in Roger Mills County. Now this is what I want to do. I want to go back over to Travis's shot. Again, this is the tornado warned storm. And again, Travis basically coming right up into it. We need to go ahead and get him back on the live line here momentarily. So Travis is basically coming right on in to the area of rotation there. And as soon as we get him back on the live line, we'll go ahead and talk to him. It's just so rural there that, again, sometimes you have trouble keeping them on the actual live line, and that's what's happening. But again, he's coming back into the area of rotation. This looks like maybe some scud cloud, some inflow action there coming in. And again, we'll see exactly what's happening. Maybe about 5 to potentially 10 minutes ago when we had a better shot of the storm, again, at that point in time, it didn't look like there was anything on the ground. But again, regardless, the tornado warning does continue here for at least another 6 minutes. So again, we've got to take this very seriously. And again, he's just now basically getting back out of the precipitation, again, so we can see exactly what's going on, again, under this storm. Let's see if he's back on the live line here with us. And it looks like we're still waiting on him to call back in. So we're going to check back in with him momentarily. I want to do this. Let's talk about the storm to the north real quick here. This is the other very severe storm up across parts of Harper County. And this is the one that Mike Russ is on right here. Still some vigorous mid-level rotation with this storm. Still some very vigorous mid-level rotation with this Harper County storm moving near the Buffalo back over through the Selman area. That's where Mike Russ is. Let's go and take a look at his live shot here. And as we get his live shot pulled up, Mike, if you're still on the live line with us here, go ahead and give us an update on your storm there in Harper County. And here's your live video there as we get that pulled up. Go ahead and give us an update. I know you've had some intermittent rotation and intermittent wall cloud even with that storm. Again, tell us what you've been seeing here over the last 10 minutes or so.
Yes, William, I'm traveling north. I'm right on the back side of the storm. It definitely is still trying to get back together. It lowers, it comes back up. It's still there, William.
Mike, we may be losing you there just momentarily. I know the service there is just a little bit in and out. Both of these guys they're both in fairly rural locations, so they're doing the best they can. Are you still on the live line there with us, Mike? Okay, so we may have lost Mike there momentarily. We may have lost him there just momentarily, but again, we'll be checking back in with him. You can still see his live stream there. Let's do this. Let's go back to the other storm, our tornado warned storm, that again does continue down here in southern Ellis County. Let's zoom this out a little bit, show everybody where we're talking about. Again, this is really now, we'll just call this central Ellis County now. The storm does continue moving to the northeast. And again, let's go and zoom in on this and let's go and take a look at some locations that may be impacted by this storm. Again, tornado warning continuing. We're going to get right back to Travis's live shot here in a second. But so here's the area of concern right back down in here. This is the area of rotation. Again, it did pass directly through the town of Arnett. We don't have any confirmation if there was a tornado on the ground or not. This does continue tracking northeast. The town of Harmon, eventually all the way up to Sharon, there in across parts of Woodward County. Again, you folks definitely heads up with this storm, again, as it does continue tracking to the northeast. We'll see if the Weather Service does continue with the tornado warning on this storm. It has about 3 minutes left. So again, we'll see what the Weather Service decides to do with it. Let's do this. Let's go back over to Travis's live shot here. And again, he's still on that storm. And as we get this pulled up here, and we'll see if we have Travis on the live line. So we're going to check back in with him momentarily. So we're still waiting to see if we can get Travis back on the live line here with us. As soon as he's back, we'll check in with him. This is his live shot. Again, he's still approaching the storm basically from the south. But I can tell you, from all indications are on radar here, again, this storm still means business. You can see exactly where the hook is. And again, that hook is basically coming right up on in to the Harmon area here fairly quickly. So as we go back over to Travis's live shot here, and again, like I mentioned, we will be checking back in with Travis here momentarily, again, as soon as we get him back on the live line. But his stream is still playing. Again, he's just on the back end. I know it looks fairly clear there, but it's because he just now got into the dry slot of the storm. Overall, he's been in a lot of rain. He's been in a lot of precipitation. He's kind of had to fight his way through it, so to speak. But again, he's just now getting into the dry slot. And again, as he does continue tracking really to the east there, again, we'll get a better view of exactly what's going on within that storm. Now, also momentarily, I want to check back in with Mike Russ because he's on a storm just to the north of this. So we're going to break away from this tornado warning storm here just momentarily. And as we do that, again, also crunch time for the Weather Service. We'll see if they do decide to go ahead and extend that warning or not. But again, officially right now, at least, tornado warning does continue there for parts of central Ellis County and then potentially even back up through Harmon and potentially as far north and east as Sharon if the storm does stay on its current path and hold its current intensity. So you folks up there definitely stay alert. Going back to Travis's shot here, again, he's still on that storm. I know it looks fairly clear where he is, but he just now literally broke out of the heavy precipitation that he was in. We had a good vantage point of the wall cloud a few minutes ago, but again, right now, again, he's just now breaking out of that. So we're going to check back in with him momentarily. I want to talk about this other storm here real quick too, folks. And it looks like the good news is the Weather Service went ahead and dropped that tornado warning. So that is good news right there. Folks, still stay alert. Northwestern Oklahoma, any of these storms up here, again, all of these storms, they all mean business. There's a tornado watch in effect, and I've said it several times this evening. Over really about the next hour to hour and a half, there's really a kind of a narrow window where we're going to have a lot of dynamics that really favor tornadic activity again for the next hour and a half. So these storms, this broken line of supercells here, we've got to track them carefully. Now, again, the tornado warning for parts of central Ellis County, that did just expire. We're going to check right back in with Travis's live shot here momentarily, get back to him. I want to go back up to this other storm in northern Oklahoma, up there across parts of Harper County. That's where Mike Russ is. Let's go and zoom in on this storm here. And this has been a quite severe storm. It's also had some intermittent rotation from time to time on it. Let's go and take a look at Mike Russ's live shot here. And as we go ahead and get that pulled up, he's looking at it. I think we've also got him on the live line, so we'll check in with him as well. But as we go ahead and get Mike Russ's shot pulled up here, let's go and click this so we can get it pulled up. So there's Mike's shot. So this is the northern storm. This is the storm up there in parts of Harper County. And so we're going to check back in with Mike coming up here just momentarily. But it looks like we have Travis back on the live line with us now. Travis, you're still on what was that tornado warned storm that's very close to the Arnett area down there across parts of central Ellis County. Go ahead and give us an update, Travis. You're still on that storm there. We'll take a look at your live shot as well. But tell us what you're seeing now on that storm. Okay, so we're going to check back in with Travis coming up here just momentarily. Again, so stand by for that. We'll be checking right back in with Travis. So we're still looking at Mike's live shot there. We're going to switch from Mike coming up here momentarily as well. And let's go back to radar. And as we do that, let's go and take a look at the overview. And it looks like we have a brand new tornado warning coming out right now. Okay, so this is going to be a brand new tornado warning. The warning's basically just been reissued for that exact same storm. Okay, so that tornado warning has just been reissued, and this is going to be for Ellis and Woodward County until 9:45 now this evening. So a brand new tornado warning. Again, this is going to be for Ellis and Woodward County, again, until 9:45 this evening. Let's go back to Travis's live shot here, and let's go and take a look at that. And Travis, I know you're still on the live line with us here. We're getting your live shot pulled back up here. Go ahead and give us an update, and again, tell us what you're seeing with that storm and that brand tornado warning now.
Okay. William, we are on 283 going south. We went west off the Highway 46 to get out of that hill. Now we're on 283 going south and into Shattuck. We're going to make a big U-turn and go back towards Arnett to get behind the storm.
Okay, so you're still tracking there. We've got your shot pulled up as well. So the tornado warning's just been reissued there. What are you seeing from your vantage point? Again, it looks like you're still closing in on it. What are you seeing from your vantage point?
There's a huge supercell towards
And I know you're cutting out just a little bit. I know your cell service there, it's fairly rural, so we're doing the best we can. We're still listening though, but I know you're kind of cutting out there just a little bit. But go ahead and give us another update there, Travis. I think your cell phone service is back in. Okay, so it looks like we just lost Travis, so we're going to check back in with him momentarily, folks. This just happens when you're dealing with the rural part of the state. Again, unfortunately, sometimes the cell phone service is just kind of in and out, and again, that's exactly what we're seeing up there across parts of northwestern Oklahoma right now. So we're going to check right back in with Travis coming up momentarily. We've still got a stream. You're seeing it live, and again, this is, again, a brand new tornado warning for parts of Ellis and also for parts of Woodward County, and again, that's in effect until 9:45 this evening. And again, like I've said several times, really over about the next hour and a half, conditions are going to be more favorable, again, for some type of tornadic activity, again, especially up there across parts of northwestern Oklahoma, again, and that's where we're seeing the action right now. So again, this red area right here, this is the brand new tornado warning right here, again, for parts of Ellis and parts of Woodward County. Let's go and take a closer look at radar, and then we'll take a look at Travis's live shot again coming up here momentarily, and also talk to him as well. Let's go and zoom back in on this here. And as we do, again, there's the area of concern right there, folks, and it's coming fairly close to the town of Harmon. So here's Harmon right here. Here's Highway 60, and again, area of concern right here. This is the area of rotation. You can almost see a mini hook. There's almost a mini hook right there developing, and that is basically going just north of the town of Harmon. That would be good if it goes just north of the town of Harmon, but again, we've still got to take our tornado precautions from Harmon, and I'm telling you what, folks, up there in Sharon, I'm staying extra weather aware. Again, this storm does have the energy to at least hold its characteristics of potentially producing a tornado, at least for about the next hour and a half. So again, this storm definitely means business, and again, in general, does continue tracking to the northeast there, but again, right now, Harmon, you folks are in the immediate path of this storm. Let's go back over to Travis's live shot here. And again, folks, the one thing you have to remember is up there in northwestern Oklahoma, it's fairly rural. So again, it looks like the video is stuck. We're going to get back to his live shot again coming up here momentarily. Again, it's just kind of in and out up there with the service, so to speak. And again, we'll also check back in with him on the live line momentarily here as well. But again, if you're just now joining us here on Oklahoma Weather Tracker TV, right around 9 p.m. on this Thursday evening, tornado warning. And again, this is for part of Ellis and part of Woodward County in northwestern Oklahoma. Our team of trackers is up there. We're going to be checking in with them. Mike Russ is also up there. He's on a storm just north of that. We'll check back in with Mike coming up here momentarily as well. But let's zoom out here real quick. And as we do that, again, you can see the overall action or the overall geographical area of the action this evening. Again, it is northwestern Oklahoma. We have a broken line of severe weather basically from the Oklahoma-Kansas border across parts of Harper, Woods County. This does extend all the way back into Woodward. You folks right now getting some hail, severe weather there. And then again on the back end of this elongated supercell, again, this right here, this is where the tornado warning is, area of spin there, and then basically a big-time hailstorm now coming in on the western sides of Roger Mills County. Again, an opportunity for some half-dollar size hail down there. But again, the area of concern right now as far as tornadic activity, it is across parts of Ellis and also across parts of Woodward County. So let's go and zoom this in a little bit tighter. We're going to check back in with our team of trackers here momentarily. They're up there, but again, keep in mind the cell phone service, it's just so rural and so spotty from time to time. Again, we just lost Travis Sheets, so we'll be getting back into contact with him momentarily. He'll be calling back into the live line and we'll be talking to him. But again, in the meantime, we're continuing to track this what is potentially a tornado. Now, as this moved through the town of Arnett earlier, we don't have any confirmation of this actually being on the ground. As it moved through the Arnett area, we had a nice shot of it earlier as well. We did have a bit of a funnel cloud earlier, but again, the storm kind of basically went down in intensity, and now it's recycled back up. So again, it looks like Travis has got his live shot back up. Let's go and switch back over here. And again, folks, you just have to bear with us because, again, it's so rural up there that, again, the cell phone service is going to be in and out. It's going to be in and out. And again, that's what we're seeing. Here's the base. Here's the inflow coming in. There's the tail cloud. This is all inflow coming into the storm. A base right here. So Travis now has it within view. So as soon as the cell phone service kicks back in, this kind of just updated real quick, but as soon as it really kicks back in and gets closer to a tower, this will stream live. We'll also get him back on the live line. Area of concern would be right back over in here. So again, anything going on, we're going to have a really nice vantage point of it, again, just as soon as his cell phone service kicks back in. So again, we're tracking that there, and as soon as we can get Travis back on the live line, we'll also talk to him as well. But again, that's what we're seeing right there across parts of Ellis and again across parts of Woodward County, again with that tornado warning continuing there, again until 9:45 this evening. And again, really the town of Harmon, you folks are in the immediate path right now and in the immediate concern, again, basically right here along Highway 60 to the north, area of rotation right here. This is where it is. This is the little mini hook right there. There's a little mini hook. And again, that's going to be coming very close to the town of Harmon. So not good. If you're in Harmon, you've got to be taking your immediate tornado precautions. This is fairly rural Oklahoma. So if you have friends, family, relatives, loved ones that live up here, even north of Harmon, even as far east as Sharon, you know, I'm calling, texting them, making sure they know there's a tornado warning in effect, and also making sure they're taking their tornado precautions. For the town of Harmon, I mean, time is essentially up. Again, this storm is basically moving through the Harmon area right now. Let's get back over to Travis's live shot here, and let's see if it's back in streaming mode here. And so it looks like we've got it. It looks like it's trying to stream here. Again, the problem that we're having, it's just so rural that, again, his stream is basically in and out. So he'll be calling back in on the live line. We'll get another live update from him coming up here in a minute. But again, here's the tail cloud. This is the inflow into the storm. Again, this is the base. And the area of concern would be right back over in here. So that's kind of the structure that we're looking at there. But again, as soon as his cell phone service kicks back in, again, we'll be able to get a better live shot of, again, exactly what's going on. Looks like it just kicked back in. So he's went basically from rural, now he's going back into a town. And hopefully it's going to keep streaming now that he's getting back into a town here. And hopefully he'll be able to call us back on the live line. And again, we'll be able to talk to him live coming up here in a minute as well. Most likely he's driving through the town of Harmon right there along Highway 60. That's where I would take it that he is right now. And he's basically right where he needs to be as far as seeing any kind of tornadic activity. This is where I think he is. Again, there's really not a lot of other towns out here. So again, I think he's basically going right through the town of Harmon. And again, he's basically looking right where that area of rotation would be. As soon as we get him back on the live line here, as soon as he calls back in, we'll be able to talk to him and find out. This is his shot. Again, he's basically looking into the storm. And again, you know, the structure that we saw a minute ago, we're not really able to depict the structure now, again, from where he is at this current time. So again, as he calls back in here momentarily, again, we'll get an update on exactly what he's seen. Again, he's our eyes on the ground there with this tornado warning. That again does continue for parts of eastern Ellis and across parts of southwestern Woodward County. So let's go back to radar here real quick. And again, if you're just now joining us here on Oklahoma Weather Tracker TV, right around 9:10 p.m. here on this Thursday evening, this is the tornado warning. And again, our small town of Harmon, you folks are in the immediate path of the area of rotation. So our friends there in Harmon, again, immediate tornado precautions. As far east as Sharon, you folks need to be staying extra weather aware. Even Visay, you folks through there as well. Make sure you're staying extra weather aware with this storm, again, with the tornado warning continuing on it. Let's go back over to Travis's live shot. It does look like it's streaming here. And looks like we've also just got him back on the live line here as well. Travis, you're joining us here. You're looking at this storm. Tell us where you are and tell us what you're seeing with it right now live.
Okay, we're headed east out of Arnett. Still trying to get a good picture of what's going on with this supercell. I thought I saw a funnel earlier. It would have been a brief funnel. Nothing on the ground.
And where was that? Where did you think you saw the brief funnel?
That would have been to the east of Arnett, approximately 4 or 5 miles. Like I said, it was really brief.
And tell us where you are right now. So are you on? Because I was kind of having to guesstimate. Your streams have been kind of in and out, so I've kind of been having to guesstimate where you are. Are you on Highway 60 right now, heading eastbound, or tell us where you are right now?
Yes, we're on Highway 60, heading east out of Arnett.
Okay, so out of our net. Okay, so you're just a little bit behind it. So you're going to be closing in on it fairly quickly. So you're just a little bit now on the back side of this storm. And so you're just now heading out of our net. So let's go back here. Let me show you where we're talking about. And Travis, I'm telling you, if I was you, I would try and get east as quick as possible. I know you are, but I'm telling you what, folks, this thing is really trying to ramp up. This is the same thing we saw last night, folks, across parts of north central Oklahoma. Basically, what's happening, and let's go back over to radar here. Let's go back over to radar here. And what's happening is, just like I've kind of said throughout the day, there's really this small, narrow window this evening where the low-level jet kicks in. It's something called the low-level jet, and it really enhances the tornado potential, and it generally enhances it for about an hour and a half to maybe 2 hours. We're seeing the same thing tonight because I tell you what, this storm right here, it's really cycling up. This is a big hook now developing. This is a big hook now developing. This is just north of Harmon, but I'm telling you what, folks, if I'm in Harmon, I'm taking my immediate tornado precautions because the area of spin, the area of concern, is basically tracking right there through Harmon. So again, Travis, he's just on the back side of it. He's right here on Highway 60. He's going to be catching up to this fairly quickly, and we'll be able to get a good idea of what's going on. The good news is he's on the back side of it. We won't have to see through the rain. We'll be able to see right into it. And in fact, let's go back to his shot here. Let's go back to his live stream here. And I know it looks fairly dark there, but Travis, are you still on the live line with us right now? Okay, give us an update. So I know you're closing in on it there from the back side. Your stream, it's a little bit in and out. It's starting to get fairly dark, but as the lightning lights up the sky, you're looking at this storm from the west to the east. You're basically looking at least fairly closely now to the area of rotation. Tell us what you're seeing. Are you close enough now to be able to make out any structure? Is there a lowering? I mean, what can you tell us about the storm from your vantage point?
I'm not seeing any good structure. I mean, as far as a wall call goes, right now it's getting pretty dark, getting pretty hard to see everything. I'm waiting on lightning flashes and trying to do that while driving. It's just not conducive right now.
It's hard, and I'll tell you right now, nighttime tornadoes, they're the worst. I've said that over and over. Nighttime tornadoes are a bad deal. But let me go and tell you this right here. I'm going to say this right now. So from Sharon all the way back over through Harmon, even back down through Visay, folks, I really think this storm, it's really spinning up now. The tornado warning we had when it kind of went over really the area of our net earlier, there was some area of spin. It could potentially produce the tornado. This is really taking on supercell structure. This is a strong developing hook now on the back end of it, basically moving, if not moving through directly to the north of Harmon, directly down Highway 60. Sharon, if nothing else, you folks are going to get some big hail. So Sharon, you folks definitely need to be staying weather aware. Visay, as far east as Visay, folks, I'm telling you, stay weather aware. You folks are not in the tornado warning yet, but I think this is really picking up its intensity, and I think the tornado warnings are going to continue to the east, even over towards Sharon, even over towards Visay. Again, our team of trackers is on it. Let's go back over to Travis's live stream. He's closing in on the area of rotation here on Highway 60. And again, he's moving basically from west to east, again, closing in on this storm. It's nighttime. It's a little more hard to see what's going on. You can see, so this is his vantage point. It's really hard to see. He's having to wait for the lightning to light up the night sky. But again, as he closes in here, we'll get a better vantage point here fairly quickly as to what's going on. But again, right now, just to reiterate, we're going to break from his live stream here and go back over to live mesoscan radar. Again, right now, tornado warning in effect. This is basically for Harmon, Highway 60 to the north up into parts of Woodward County. Let's zoom this out here real quick as well. And as we zoom this out, again, you can see the lone tornado warning, at least right now, the only tornado warning we currently have in effect. It's right here across parts of far eastern Ellis County going into parts of Woodward County. So this is a tornado warning there. Severe weather all the way up through Woodward, all hail through there. And then this is a big time hailstorm. In fact, we may need to watch this one for some intensification as well down across parts of Roger Mills County. Hail is going to come fairly close to the Cheyenne area. Opportunity for $50 plus size hail possible in that storm right there. Now I want to go back up to our tornado warned storm. We're going to get right back to Travis's video here as well and his live shot. But let me go and zoom back into this one here. And as we do that, and Travis, if you can still hear me, I tell you, this is taking on more and more supercell characteristics. If this isn't producing a tornado right now, folks, this is going to produce one fairly quickly. This is ramping up. There's the hook. The hook is developing hard on this. And again, so Travis is right back here on Highway 60. He's almost within range of this storm. But I'm telling you, our friends there in Harmon, not good. It may be just to your north, but it's very close to that Highway 60 corridor. And in general, this is tracking east and northeast. And our friends over here in Sharon, even though you folks are not in that tornado warning, if I live in Sharon, if I have friends, family, relatives that live in Sharon, I'm staying extra weather aware and I'm getting ready to go to my tornado safe place. I'm making sure I know right now, I know where my tornado safe place is, but from Sharon all the way down to Visay, in general, this storm is tracking towards your direction, and especially, you just saw the last scan there come in, especially towards Sharon. So let's do this. Let's go back to Travis's live shot. Travis, give us an update. I know it's still fairly dark. You're closing in on it there on Highway 60. But again, give us an update. Tell us what you're seeing from your vantage point there.
Well, I am heading east on Highway 60. I'm trying to get a look towards the vehicle. We've got into the trees, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a shot or not.
Okay, so I know you're still closing in on it there, Travis. I didn't hear everything you just said there, but I know you're still closing in on it. I'm just looking at some different stuff here on radar while you were talking there. But again, this storm here, I tell you what, folks, it absolutely means business. I'm just switching the radar around here while we're taking a look at Travis's live shot. I know his shot there is fairly dark, so just bear with us, but that's going to be the trend tonight. It's going to be fairly dark. We're going to have to wait for the lightning to basically light up the sky. But again, I'm just looking at some different radar products here with this storm, and again, it continues to intensify, Travis. That's basically the bottom line. This storm is really intensifying, and it's really taken on that classic supercell look now. It's got a well-defined hook, and I tell you what, folks, the overall motion, it is tracking more up towards the Sharon area. So you folks up there in Sharon, you folks have to be staying alert. Let's go back to radar here. So yeah, you folks have to be staying alert. So from Sharon, even as far south as Visay, the overall motion again is to the east and to the northeast at about 35 miles per hour. But again, from Sharon all the way down to Visay, that's going to be the immediate path of this tornado. It's going to stay to the south of Woodward. Again, this potential tornado, we don't have confirmation of it on the ground. Again, Travis is closing in on it. We'll take another look at his live stream here momentarily. There's the hook area of rotation. Again, lifting a little bit more to the north. It's kind of wobbling back and forth a little bit, lifting a little bit further to the north, but again, now coming on into the Sharon area here fairly quickly. But again, the tornado warning right now, at least, is still back just to the west of Sharon. But again, the overall track, the overall motion is going to be taking this fairly close to Sharon. And again, if I do live in the Sharon area, I'm definitely staying extra weather aware, and I'm basically being ready to go to my safe spot as needed. So let's go back over here to Travis's live shot. Again, it's still dark. He's still traveling eastbound there on Highway 60. But Travis, yep, go ahead and give us an update. You're still on the live line. Tell us what you're seeing out there.
Okay, we're going to be 10 miles of Arnett, and there was supposed to pop down a tornado right in front of us.
Say that again.
Right now.
Yeah, I believe it. So, okay, so your shot's fairly dark. We're going to have to wait for the lightning to light it up. But again, most likely if there's a tornado on the ground with us. So we're just basically having to look through the lightning. It just happens at night, folks. So that's what we're having to do. So he's got a funnel. He can see the funnel now as he's looking off to the east. I've told you the storm, it's absolutely intensifying. It's taken on more of that supercell look. We'll go back to live radar here in a minute, but the hook is now coming around on it. And I tell you what, if it is not producing a tornado, it's trying to right now. Travis is seeing the funnel. Travis, and your stream froze for 1 second. Is the funnel that you saw, is it off to your left? Is it off to your left? Because we just saw maybe a little appendage there as the lightning lit up the sky. But tell us, as you're looking down the road, I know it's dark, we're doing the best we can here. Where did you see the funnel? Was it off to your left?
The funnel's dropped just to the right of the camera.
Okay, so it's to the right of the camera. Okay, so it's going to be on the other side. So we're going to keep watching this here. We're going to keep waiting for the lightning to light up the sky here. But let's do this here as well. Let's go and take a look at Mesoscan radar real quick. Just real quickly, we're going to break away from his live shot. And again, folks, the hook continues to develop. Again, this is looking more and more like a classic supercell. So here would be the rain hail core potentially up in here. Woodward, you folks, all severe through the air hail potential. But then as you get further to the south, here's the area of spin, area of rotation. There's the hook inflow right there. And folks, I'm telling you, this is heading right up towards Sharon. The Weather Service is probably going to have to go ahead and extend that tornado warning quickly up towards the Sharon area. The motion is going to take it right on into the Sharon area. So again, if I live in Sharon, if I have friends, family, relatives, we can't stress it enough. Even though officially the tornado warning, officially from the Weather Service, doesn't extend all the way up to Sharon, you see the motion. This storm is now approaching Sharon fairly quickly. Again, we have a funnel. We're going to check right back in with Travis's shot. Let's go back to it. And again, if I'm in the Sharon area, I'm probably starting to head to my tornado safe spot right now. Again, it's never too early to go to your tornado safe spot. Travis, we've still got your stream up there, and it looks like it's fairly dark. Looks like it's going to be coming back up. we're just getting intermittent lightning on it. I'm looking at it from here, so it looks fairly dark. But if you're still on the live line with us, go ahead and give us an update. Tell us what you're seeing. I know you're approaching the storm now from the west on Highway 60. Tell us what you're seeing there on the live line.
Spring funnel coming down 10 miles east of Arnett. I didn't see anything on the ground, and it was very quick, but we did have a fairly good sized funnel. Still trying to get a better picture of it, and maybe if we can go back a little bit east a little bit more and follow this storm, that would probably help.
Yeah, I would keep heading east. I would keep absolutely heading east there on Highway 60. I would keep heading east on Highway 60 because I tell you what, it's really ramping up more and more. So we're going to go back to your live shot. It's just so dark. We're really not seeing anything there on your live shot. So I'm just going to stick with radar for right now. We do have Travis on the live line. He's giving us a play-by-play. Getting had a funnel maybe about 5 minutes ago. No indication for sure if it was on the ground. It's nighttime. It's really hard to see at night. Is it on the ground? Is it not on the ground? Again, you just got to err on the side of caution, on the side of safety. And that's why I keep stressing for our friends up here in Sharon, even though the Weather Service has not extended that tornado warning yet further to the east, if I live in Sharon, I'm getting ready to move to my tornado safe place right now. Again, we don't have confirmation if it's on the ground or not. We only have the funnel report there from Travis really in the last 5 minutes, but you can see this is moving fairly quickly now up towards the town of Sharon. So we're going to have to figure out if the Weather Service is going to extend that warning or exactly what they're going to do. But again, right now is going to be the time for them to do it. Let's go back to Travis's live shot real quick here. And as we do it, it's still fairly dark. We're really not able to see much there at all. We see just some taillights in the distance there, Travis. But go ahead and give us another update. I know you said you had that funnel maybe 10 minutes ago or so. But what are you seeing now? Are you still heading eastbound there on Highway 60?
We're walking the storm at the moment. We're 10 miles east still, and we're fixing to keep on heading east on Highway 60 to stay with this storm.
Yeah, I would keep heading east. I tell you that right now because it's going to continue lifting a little bit to the north, and if you can get just a little bit further to the east, you're going to be in prime time position there, Travis, to see whatever's going on. Of course, it's nighttime, so we got to exercise extra safety. Again, we don't want anybody driving blindly into anything, but Travis is still far enough back to the west that again he can definitely go further to the east to catch up with this. But again, the area of concern now really starting to approach the Sharon area, and again, we'll see what the Weather Service does if they do go ahead and extend that warning or not. Let's briefly take an overview of the rest of the severe weather currently going on around Oklahoma. We're just briefly going to break from this storm here real quick. And as we do that, again, you can see basically this broken line now of severe weather there across western Oklahoma. Let me kind of center this up here just a little bit. And again, it basically extends from parts of Roger Mills County with big hail there to the south. Again, with the tornado warning right here across parts of eastern Ellis, parts of southwestern Woodward County, and then again, severe weather extending all the way back up here into parts of northern Woodward and all the way up into parts of Woods County as well. Our other tracker, Mike Russ, he's up here in some of this action here. We're going to talk to him coming up here momentarily, see what he's seeing up there. But again, right now, the primary concern, again, it's this tornado warning, again, with this storm right there in parts of really now southwestern Woodward County, again with that tornado warning continuing there. So right now let's switch back over to the live shot here, and again it's still fairly dark. This is a Travis Sheets live shot. We're basically just watching for the lightning to light up the sky. Again, see exactly what he's seeing there. Travis, you're still on the live line with us. Go ahead and give us an update. I think you're heading east now on Highway 60, but again, go and tell us what you're seeing. You had a funnel maybe 10 minutes ago. Okay, we may have just lost Travis. Are you still there with us, Travis?
No.
Okay, there we go, Travis. Yeah, go ahead and give us an update.
Okay, we're fixing to head east on Highway 60 to try to stay with the storm. Not did anything at this time.
Okay, Travis. So I was just checking some radar information there real quick as well. But okay, so you're still tracking eastbound on the storm. We're going to get right back to you coming up here momentarily. So we'll be checking back in with Travis coming up here. So let's do this. Let's go and take a look at the overview again here real quick. Again, with this tornado warning continuing here. Again, this is at least until 9:45 this evening. Again, this is for parts of southwestern Woodward County. And again, this storm is really now starting to approach the Sharon area. Maybe a little bit of good news. The latest radar scan we're getting in there maybe showing a little bit of de-intensification. So that could be good news as, again, this does continue tracking there, again, up towards the northeast. So let's go and zoom this out here. And as we do that, and this could be some good news, Travis, I know you can still hear me. It might be starting to spin down just a little bit, but the thing you have to remember with these storms is that they spin up and they spin down. And just like earlier, when it went through our net, then it started to spin down. It then spun right back up, and we had another tornado warning. Regardless, again, Travis is on it. Travis Sheets is on it. Mike Russ is also out there across parts of northern Oklahoma. We'll check in with him momentarily. But again, basically a broken line of severe weather with some intermittent tornadic activity possible now across parts of southwestern Woodward County. Again, you can see this broken line of storms. Hail the biggest risk with most of this outside of the lone tornado warning that we have. Let's go back to the overview here real quick. We're going to check back in with Travis momentarily. And Travis, if you're still tracking eastbound, that's good. We'll check back in with you here in a second as you get just a little bit further to the east. But let's go back to the overview here real quick. And as we do that, I want to show just kind of geographically what's going on across all of Oklahoma here. And let me go and click another button here. Let's go and see if we can get the overview pulled up here. And again, as we do that, here we go. Here's the overview. Again, tornado watch does continue for all of western Oklahoma, parts of north central Oklahoma, all the counties in bright green. Tornado watch officially in effect until 10 p.m. I think they're going to go ahead and extend that a little bit later tonight. Again, here's that broken line of severe weather across parts of western Oklahoma, also down across parts of southwestern Oklahoma, some intermittent severe weather activity down there as well. We'll take a look at that right now. These are all hailstorms, but again, they're within that tornado watch. So again, tornadic activity could be possible as well. We're going to take a closer look at this activity momentarily. I do want to go back to our one lone tornadic storm, or our tornado warned storm, I should say, across parts of really northwestern Oklahoma. And as I do that, let's go and zoom the radar on in here. And as we zoom it in, again, you can see that tornado warning still hanging on there across parts of southwestern, again, Woodward County. Now, the one thing, again, Travis Sheets, our storm tracker, again, we're going to talk to him momentarily. He's been on this storm throughout the evening. And again, he said maybe this is probably about 15 minutes ago. He did have a funnel cloud. It was about 10 miles to the east of our net. He didn't know if it was on the ground. It was right back over in here. This is our net, so about 10 miles east of our net, right back in there, as that's where he had the funnel cloud. Again, it's nighttime. We really don't have any indications if it was actually on the ground. But let's go back to his live shot here, and as we take a look at his live shot, let's go ahead and click on through. Again, it's fairly dark out there. So Travis, you're on the live line. Go ahead and give us an update. We can kind of see you driving through some traffic there, a few cars in the distance, but overall it's so dark it's really hard to see. But go ahead and give us an update. I know you're still tracking eastbound there. Any additional funnels, or what are you seeing as far as the structure with the storm goes?
I haven't seen any extra funnels or like that, but we have some outflow on the very end of the storm.
Okay, so are you getting outflow towards you, or are you talking about outflow blowing out from the storm? Because right here, indications on radar is that this storm may be cycling down a little bit, and sometimes when they become a little more outflow dominant, again, sometimes that can be a sign that they are starting to kind of breathe out, and kind of, again, the intensity may be coming down some. And again, that may be what we're seeing right now. So sometimes that's just for a moment in time. Again, sometimes these things will kind of cycle down and then, again, spin right back up. And that may be what happens with this storm. We don't know. But again, right now at this moment in time, it does look like it's maybe starting to kind of exhale. And again, maybe the intensity is starting to come down some. So let's switch from your live shot. Let's go back to radar here. And as we go and switch this back around, let me go and switch this around here. There we go. So there's the storm. Again, the classic hook that we had just a few minutes ago, not necessarily there as much. So again, we might be seeing a little bit of de-intensification with this storm. And if that's the case, it's good, because again, in general, it was tracking right up towards the Sharon area. The tornado warning does continue there for at least another 15 minutes. We'll see what the Weather Service does if they do decide to extend that warning or keep it going. Let's go back over to Travis's live stream there. And again, actually now we have a brand new tornado warning coming out. This is going to be for Roger Mills County. This is that storm just a little bit further down to the south. So let's go and take a look at that storm here as well. Let me go and switch to a different radar. And we'll get a better radar look at this here in a second. But this is a brand new tornado warning now for Roger Mills County. And the way it looks right now, Roll, you folks there in Roll, definitely right there in the immediate path, again, of that storm. So again, brand new tornado warning. Again, that's going to be for Roll down there across parts of, really across parts of western Oklahoma. Just to kind of zoom it out a little bit, give you an overview of, again, where we're talking about there. Again, there's western Oklahoma. There's Roger Mills County. The red box you're seeing right there, again, that is that brand new tornado warning down there. And again, that's going to be for Roger Mills County. So currently we have 2 tornado warnings in effect, one for Roger Mills County, and again, that's going to be in effect until 10 p.m. this evening. And then also a tornado warning That's going to be in effect there for parts of Ellis and Woodward County. And again, that one there is in effect until 9:45 this evening, so for about another 15 minutes. Let's do this. Let's go back over to Travis's live shot. Travis is on the tornado warning across parts of southwestern Woodward County. Let's go and take a quick look at his live shot here. It's still fairly dark. He has reported some intermittent funnel activity with that storm. But again, I think that storm, I think there's some general weakening that's starting to develop again with that north storm. But the new storm here, that's across parts of western Oklahoma. Let's go and switch to a different radar source, and we'll take a closer look at this other storm. Let me go and switch this around. Again, this right here, this is the brand new tornado warning, and again, this one is the one for Roll and parts of, again, Roger Mills County. And I'm just switching a few things around here in the forecast center as well. Here with the radar. But again, this is it. So Roll the 283 corridor right through there, the town of Mackey. As we zoom this in just a little bit tighter, and again, really the towns of Mackey and Roll, you folks are in the immediate path of that tornado warning. Again, no confirmation of a tornado on the ground, but again, that brand new tornado warning there. And again, that's going to be for Roger Mills County. And again, that's going to be in effect again until 9 p.m. This evening, or until 10 p.m. rather. Check that until 10 p.m. This evening. Sorry, I'm just getting more information in here while I'm talking to you folks. I'm also getting more information in here as well. So again, currently 2 tornado warnings currently in effect, and again, that's going to be one for Roger Mills County, and then also that one for parts of Woodward County. Let's go and zoom this out and take an overview. Our team of trackers is out there. Again, Travis Sheets, he's on that storm there in southwestern Woodward County. Again, he has reported some intermittent funnel activity. The good news is I think that storm is starting to kind of come down in intensity some. It's starting to come down in intensity some, but we do continue now with this brand new tornado warning. And again, that's going to be for that storm there in parts of Roger Mills County. Now let's do this. We've also got Mike Russ on the live line here with us. He's been up in parts of northern Oklahoma. He's been on that other storm that's now tracking in the parts of Freedom. Hey Mike, you're on the live line with us. Go ahead and tell us where you are now and kind of give us an update with what you're seeing from your location.
Roger, William. I'm actually heading southeast out of Fort Supply towards the Woodward area. I'm going to be trying to drop south towards the Roger Mills tornado warning.
Okay.
I'll be trying to get it up somewhere around the Butler area.
Okay, so you're dropping south on that, so we'll get Mike on that one. We'll be checking back in with him on that right there. Of course, he's also got his live stream, so we'll be seeing what he sees on his live stream. But again, just to kind of reiterate here, just to, again, re-emphasize again, 2 tornado warnings currently in effect. Again, the good news is it looks like that other tornado warned storm, just like we said, the one there across parts of southwestern Woodward County here, this one, the tornado warning has just dropped off. Sorry, there's a lot going on, folks. So tornado warning here just dropped off. This one no longer tornado warned. That's good. This is the one Travis Sheets potentially had the funnel cloud on 10 miles to the east of Arnett. Tornado warning on that one no longer in effect. Brand new tornado warning though in effect down here on the southern flank, and this is going to be for parts of Roger Mills County. So let's go and focus in on that storm there, and that's also the storm that Mike Russ is now dropping to the south on. And again, he's going to get us a good live shot of that coming up here fairly quickly. But again, the towns of Mackey and Roll, and even, I tell you what, Strong City there, even as far east as Strong City, you folks need to be taking your immediate tornado precautions. Again, this is a brand new tornado warning in effect there for parts of Roger Mills County. So let's take a look at the overview. Again, we have a lot going on, a lot of fast changing weather conditions this evening. So let's do this. Let me go ahead and advance this one more time. And as we go and take a look at the overview, this is what's happening right now. So we have storms that were severe up here across northern Oklahoma. There's a general weakening trend up here, right? Okay, so the tornado warning for parts of southwestern Woodward County, that's now expired. That's gone away. So that's good news. Still stay alert, though, across parts of northern Oklahoma. From Woodward to the north, stay alert. Severe weather now across parts of really Roger Mills County. Brand new tornado warning down there as well. And then also intermittent severe weather down across parts of southwestern Oklahoma. We're going to get right back to our tornado warning. That's the storm that Mike Russ is heading south on. We'll check in with him coming up here momentarily. But let's do this. let's take a look down here across southwestern Oklahoma. We can't forget about you folks down here. But again, from Tipton back over through Frederick, this is a severe storm, and this is a hail-producing storm. It's within the tornado watch, so we do have to continue to watch that again for any kind of tornadic activity. But at least right now, from Frederick back through Davidson, Tipton, again, all through here, this is all hail. And again, this is going to be an opportunity for at least some half-dollar size hail moving directly up into the Frederick area. So again, you folks down here, stay alert as well. Again, like I mentioned several times, it's kind of over about the next hour or so from really the previous hour through this hour as the low-level jet kicks in. This is kind of the narrow window, just like we saw last night, where the tornadic activity could be a little more enhanced across Oklahoma. So again, any of these storms you really have to stay weather aware on, and even this storm, this hail-producing storm now coming up there in the Frederick area, again, half-dollar size hail, but again, still stay alert as that's coming up in your area. The tornado warned storm, again, that's back here across parts of western Oklahoma. And again, that's over here near the Rawl area, also back over through Mackey, Strong City. Again, that's where the brand new tornado warning is in effect. And again, you folks over there, again, immediate tornado precautions, again, with that storm right there. So let's do this. What we're going to do, we're going to take a quick break here. We're going to have another live update here in about 5 minutes. Keep it here with Oklahoma Weather Tracker TV. We'll keep you up to date with the latest live weather information for Oklahoma.